sometimes you just have to start. So I ran every day for 30 days. Do the things you have to get done. I made one mistake. This running session was not for my endurance in running, but for my mindset. Hey guys, my name is Sophia and I made the 30 days running challenge. So I ran every day for 30 days. In this video I will tell you all about the pros and cons that I mentioned during this challenge, and I directly say it at the beginning. I made one mistake and I really want you to not do that mistake. So please keep watching and give this video a thumbs up and follow my channel if you want to see more content from me. So why did I want to do this challenge? My goal was to increase my endurance and also to see if I get the so-called runner's high or gain some positivity through the running, like a better mindset or more endurance in my brain, because I've listened to a lot of podcasts the last weeks and they talked about that running and endurance training can have positive effects on your brain health and the endurance you have for like working. That sounds really interesting for me because I'm all about self-optimizing. I really love that topic. So let's start with day one. I documented my body physique on day one and also after the challenge because I want to see if there are some changes, but I don't think so because I will not do like a calorie deficit, and you only would lose some weight if you do a calorie deficit. So keep that in mind if you start jogging or if you start running only because you want to lose weight. I'm really happy with my body right now, but as I said before, I want to build up my endurance. Okay guys, today is the third day of the challenge, and today the challenge really starts because I don't want to go outside. It rains the whole time and I had the plan to do my jogging round on the treadmill in the gym, but I forgot my jogging shoes. So I only had my weightlifting shoes with me and it's not so good to run with them. So I have to run now and I hope that the rain will stop. You know, I only go running when the weather is good till now, so this is a new challenge for me. Okay guys, I'm already back. I ran about 1 kilometer, so really not that long, and it was easier than I expected. Just run a little bit and then the challenge is done. This running session was not for my endurance in running, but for my mindset, because I thought it would be harder. So sometimes you just have to start and do the things you have to get done. I did not run the same distance every day. On average, I ran about 3 to 4 kilometers. You can see it on my Apple Watch statistics. I will put it on the screen everywhere I can. Sometimes I really did not have the time and my muscles were really sore, so I only ran like a kilometer or like only 1 street down to build up my habit and to keep my habit and also to tick off my challenge for the day. And if you are a running beginner like me, I would suggest you that you don't stress yourself about the distance because that could really demotivate you. Focus on your habit, focus on the running habit you want to build, not on the distance, because you will get better and you will also be able to run longer distances if you keep running. Today's running session was really hard because I had sore muscles because of my leg day yesterday, but I tried to keep running to take my challenge off. One big challenge I had during this challenge is that I traveled a lot. I love traveling. There were like some opportunities for my German YouTube account. I traveled to Marbella, to Manchester, to Mallorca and to Cologne. And I had to figure out when I can make my time for the running challenge. I tried to go on the run in the mornings and it was like the best feeling ever. I was really tired sometimes, but I did something for me and for the challenge directly in the morning, and that's so good for your mindset. Baby, I see you hanging with your friends, chilling. The day I traveled back from Mallorca was really hard for me because I slept for 1 hour, so I was tired AF, but I did a short run anyways. And I have to say that the fresh air was really good for me. But the last day in Manchester, I had a problem because my flight was delayed and I had a connecting flight. I ran through the airport to get my flight, but I missed it anyway, so that was my running on that day. I had to stay in a hotel, which was like booked from the airport company so that everybody who missed its connecting flight can sleep there. The hotel was full. So many people missed their connecting flights. I think there was any problem with flights on the day. I really should have done my run in the morning. This shows one big mistake I made, because if I went on the run early in the morning, the challenge would already be done for that day. But because I did not have a fixed time for my running, me and my brain had to think every day again when I go on that run. And the positive thing about habits is that we do that automatically. Sometimes with bad habits is also a bad thing, but normally if we try to incorporate good habits into our life, that is a good thing, that we don't have to think about that consciously. It's an unconscious habit that is good for us, and I really did not recognize this mistake I made till the challenge had ended. But it's a really dumb mistake, I have to say. I should have known it better and I should have planned it better, but my days are normally very different every day. I cannot plan everything, and I think it's because of the traveling. Normally if you travel, you sometimes change your routines, but now I know that for my next challenges, and I hope you will never forget that. If you are into the habit topic, I can highly recommend you the book Atomic Habits. I've already read it 2 times, but I think I have to read it again because I seem to forgot a lot of it. It is about how to build new habits, how to letting go of old habits. I think it's a really good book and everyone should read it. And the book also says that if you want to build a habit, you should do it every day. At least you should do something from the habit every day. If you really don't have the time to go on the run, you should at least put on your running outfit. Even if you can complete the habit, you at least did something for it and it don't breaks the habit building. If you already have built up the habit, you can do some more breaks because your brain remembers the habit more, because it's like a given and easy path in the brain to complete the habit, and it's more difficult for the brain to not complete that habit because it's like automatically. I have to admit that I had 2 other days where the challenge is like not really completed for me. I went a little bit, but I was not in my training clothes. Like I went down one street, or I went a little bit in my room. For the habit, it's good, but my mind says that it's not enough for the challenge. You know, like I can't really count these days because I know that I've could done it better. But if I'm honest, I think on every challenge you do, there will be some days you think, okay, it don't really work out how I want it to be, and you should not be so hard to yourself on that days, because otherwise you could implement like toxic thinking patterns. For example, I thought I did not run that much, so I have to do a longer distance tomorrow. But I think you only should tick off the bad days. The bad day ended, and on the next day you have a new day. You can do a little one, but you also can do a long one if you want. The last days of the challenge were really easy for me. I think that my mind already knows that it is the end and I only have to do some more days. I incorporated more longer ones. I did a 10K one and it was amazing. I loved the run. I loved everything about it. I loved the nature. I loved the music. I loved my endurance, because I really did notice in this 30-day challenge that my endurance was better. I did not notice that my brain endurance was better, but I think that's more of a long-term effect. Another pro of the challenge was that I really loved it that I completed this challenge. Even when there were some days which were not quite how I wanted them to be, I really love it that I did it for 30 days. and also that I noticed a better endurance. You should really do one thing for 30 days, like drinking more water, not eating fast food, or journaling for 30 days. And when you complete those little things for 30 days, you know that you can do so much more and that you can count on yourself. I think it has a really good impact on your mindset. So now the cons. I had so sore muscles, especially on the first days, because my muscles and my body were not used to that kind of movement, that kind of running distances. But at the end of the challenge, it already got better. I think I could have done a better stretching routine. And I already told you about the big mistake I made. Lastly, I have my before and after. As I expected, my body did not change during this challenge because I did not eat in a caloric deficit, but I feel sportier, I feel fitter after the challenge because of the endurance training. So I highly recommend implementing endurance training in your weekly workout plan. I will do it by myself too. I will not go on a run every day, but I think like 2 or 3 times a week sounds good to me, and I also will be able to increase and better my endurance level with that. So please comment if you like running, if you do any kind of endurance training, and if you want me to do another challenge like this with another type of sports like boxing, Pilates. Please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and then we see you next time. Bye!